Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be recapping training camp which I was at and also be discussing Sam Howell being named the starting quarterback and also a Chase Young injury update. If you guys are new, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new as well, and turn on that notification bell as well. Check out BetUS and the Discord, links in the description. And shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. BetUS is the leading online sports betting company. They've got so many different sports to bet on. You can bet on football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, all the different college sports. Any sport you name, they've got it for you to bet on. They're very reliable, secure, and they've got great customer service. And they've got a great deal going on that I got you guys. If you guys go ahead, link in the description and use, that first link, you get 125% first time deposit match. So if you put in 100, you'll get $225 back. So great deal. Go ahead and check that out. And yeah, football seasons are coming around the corner. Should be really fun. We'll be able to do some segments. Right now they got, WNBA you can bet on, MLB, stuff like that. But then, you got some preseason as well, but the NFL is coming around the corner. And of course, as usual, bet responsibly. All right, so yeah, Sam Howell named the starter and another day of training camp goes by. I was there, not sure which day it is technically if you're counting the joint practices. Might be like day 17 or 18, have no idea. But let's real quickly discuss Sam Howell being named the starter, and then we'll get into injury updates and recapping practice. So this was not a surprise at all. I really think it should have been, Ron Rivera should have announced it earlier, but it doesn't matter too much. But we knew this was going to happen. After we, signed Jacoby Brissett, we knew he was going to be in as a, placeholder, as a good backup to, maybe push Sam Howell a little bit, but that's really it. If, they wouldn't have signed Jacoby Brissett and they, there was a chance they could draft someone, that would have been something different. But we knew Sam Howell was going to be the starter basically once the season ended, and he's done nothing to hurt those chances. If anything, he's done a lot to, impress the coaches and, players and fans. He's done really well in camp. Obviously he's had some rough days, but for the most part, he's been solid. And in, the joint practices, he looked good. I've been to 3 training camp sessions, and almost, I would give him, if I had to give him a grade 1 through 10, because people have asked, I would probably give it a 7. He's been really solid, not too many mistakes. He had 1 interception on the 3 days that I was there, and that was an overthrow. It wasn't even a terrible throw. Was it a good throw? No, it was, he, overthrew Cole Turner, which isn't easy to do because that guy is huge. And, touches Cole Turner a little bit, the tips of his fingers. And then I think Jeremy Reeves intercepted it. But besides that, he's, been pretty good. Today he had a couple misses, but that's to be expected. But overall, Sam Howell has looked really solid from what I've, from when I've been there. He's been throwing dimes to Jahan and Terry. I think Jahan is definitely his favorite target, but that could definitely change once the season starts. And some cornerback ones will be on Terry, some will be on Jahan. It's gonna be, I'm really hyped. I don't want to get too excited because I've gotten, I wouldn't say super hyped for any of the quarterbacks we've had in the last few years. I never thought Ryan Fitzpatrick or Carson Wentz or rest in peace Dwayne Haskins were going to light it up that year. I thought, I potentially thought Dwayne Haskins was going to be a good quarterback down the line, but that year I was just hoping for him to be serviceable. And that's the same thing I won with Carson Wentz last year. And it's the same thing I want with Howell this year. Do not need him to be a star. Could he be a top half of the league quarterback this year? Maybe. If he's a top half of the league quarterback this year, we're making the playoffs. But even if he, maybe even better than that, we might win a playoff game. But if he's slightly below average, that's better than what we've had. So I'm more excited about Howell than I've been in a while. Probably, yeah, it's been a decent amount. I feel better about him than I did about Fitzpatrick and about Wentz. And Fitzpatrick we just really never got to see because he got hurt right away. So we don't know how that would have gone. But definitely feel better about Howell than I did about Wentz. And yeah, this is a big year for Howell. This is one chance he's going to get. If he does solid, he's going to be in the league for a while. If he, stinks it up, he's going to probably be a backup at best in this league. But again, I'm expecting good things for Howell. He seems like such a nice guy, so easy to root for. So hoping for big things from him. Let's get an injury update. We'll talk a little bit more about that, the Sam Howell thing at the end of the video. Chase Young, stinger injury update from Ron Rivera, said this is all about getting past a certain point with the doctors, and then we'll go from there. But he's gonna be out here. He's allowed to do everything except for contact right now, which I find absolutely hilarious. Like, he's allowed to do everything except for play football, which is, like, I think some people are saying it. I put that comment there, as you guys can see. Like, that comment is wild to me. Like, oh yeah, he can do everything except for contact. So, like, yeah, he can run. Great. That would be great if we were playing flag football, but we're not. He's not playing flag football. He's playing tackle football at the highest level. So I don't know. It's sensitive. I guess it's his neck or whatever. I didn't think it would take this long. I thought it would be okay. He's out of the game and he's fine. Maybe a day or two off, but it's been a week. The preseason game was a week ago. So little starting to become a thing, but it is what it is. And then Logan Thomas, that's been like 2 weeks. I don't know. Not feeling great about that. And then Phidarian Mathis injury, still no real update, but he was not there at practice today from what I saw. And yeah, Chase Young was there, but he wasn't doing the 77 11v11. And Logan Thomas, I didn't see him there at all. And those were the main injury updates. Cole Turner, I saw, he was like, it seemed like he was like, I don't know, he was walking weird or limping a little bit. I don't think he was limping. Maybe this is the way he walked, but he definitely hurt his finger a little bit. I think Kime reported that, or someone reported that. This is kind of the injury update for you guys today. Let's get into some other things. One of the biggest takeaways I was watching today, and there were no pads, but it was still first team versus first team, which I appreciate, because the first day of training camp I was there as first team versus third team and third team versus first team. But Andre Jones was getting reps with the ones because Chase Young was out. And he, made a couple plays. I think he's making this roster. And I think if they had to choose Andre Jones or KJ Henry, I think they're keeping Andre Jones, who's a 7th round pick, and KJ Henry's was a fifth. So not saying they're going to have to choose between the two, but if they did, I think they keep Andre Jones. He's been really solid. And yes, he wasn't the only one getting reps with the ones. I saw Casey Toole get reps with the ones. Not sure about James Smith-Williams. Not sure about Efe Obada, but I did see Casey Toole there, and I saw KJ Henry with the twos. Has a couple okay reps. Hard to tell because he was the right end, and we were on the side closest to the left end, so it's hard to see a little bit. But I was trying to watch him, but really impressed with Andre Jones. I think I don't know if he's definitely not a roster lock, but I think he is gonna make this roster. Like, if you're consistently getting reps with the twos and sometimes with the ones, I think you're going to make it. So, maybe they keep 11, and then once the season starts, they might have to put Mathis on IR. I don't know how that is, but yeah, this is going to be something to monitor for sure. I'll show you guys a couple clips because, was able to film these clips. Go ahead and go to the Twitter if you guys want to see all of these. This is Sam Howell to Jahan Dotson right here. Jahan Dotson with a nice catch, a little bit high from Howell, and these were the offensive players playing defense. It was kind of like a walkthrough. This portion of it was. But Sam Howell was a little high again, but throws, and what's his name? Jahan Dotson makes the play. There was one play where I was like, wow, they were doing some 77, and Howell was working with like the guy. It was some drill or 77. He was working with some like third team, second team guys. And it might have been, I can't remember who. It might have been like tight ends and stuff. And he threw an absolute dot to, I can't remember who it was, maybe 46. It wasn't Caden Dillon. I think it was someone else. It was someone else, but he had a really nice, it might have been Caden Dillon. I don't know, but it was a really nice throw. And that just showed, like Heineke, I love Heineke, but he's not making that throw. Carson Wentz has the arm talent, but he's not making that throw accurately, or he's getting sacked before. So, just one thing I wanted to mention. Let's see. Any other things? We have Zach Selby. I'll show you guys a couple more clips from me. And yeah, some people complain sometimes that I don't show the clips. I talk too much and don't show the clips. Well, I'm not here to I'm just giving you guys my analysis on what I saw at camp, which I was at today. If you guys want to see clips, there's other channels with just the clips, and I will show some clips, which is not everything. This was I think Sam Howell and Diami were out there 15, 20 minutes after practice still working. And it was pretty simple stuff, but Howell and him were just throwing it back and forth a little bit, getting some work in, which is good. And Jake Fromm was back there as well. So just thought that was something to mention. Let's see. Anything else? There was a couple big plays I wanted to show. He had Sam Howell had a really nice throw to Terry down the sideline. People always asked about Cole Turner. I'll show you guys this, and then we'll get into some of the biggest plays right here. Howell to Cole Turner. Cole Turner did drop a pass that he should have caught when no one was on him. It was just like the tight ends were running routes. Besides that, thought he was solid again. Did get hurt. Okay. So some big plays. Howell throws a strike to Dotson. And he was 2 for 3 to start 11v11 drills. Or it wasn't Caden Smith, sorry. It might have been actually the guy Dylan who caught it. I don't know his first name. It might be Brandon or Jacob. No idea. Caden Smith had a nice catch. And let's see. They were running a lot early on in the 11v11. Cosme was doing good. Let's see. Alex Arma impresses me. He said, Zach Subby says, Arma impresses him as a blocker. He did a nice job of engaging with Derek Force in the open field to give Curtis some room down the sideline. He has a chance to make this roster. He really does. If Logan Thomas gets hurt, or not hurt, if he's still iffy entering the season, I would not be surprised if if they keep Alex Arma as a fullback / tight end. All right, a couple more things, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So, Chris Rodriguez was looking pretty good. I saw him. He looked pretty explosive, even more explosive than some of the other backs in the drills today. So, excited to see what he can do this year. Probably a limited role, but hey, I want to see him get some reps with the ones this game against the Ravens. And then Hal had back-to-back great throws to McLaurin and Dotson. Both those guys look great today. I mean, McLaurin did drop one that he should have had, but it was no one was guarding him. But besides that, both of those, McLaurin and Dotson, look good. And let's see other things. One thing, this is not training camp related. This is joint practice. Danny Johnson did get injured. He hurt his rotator cuff, strained it. He's only out for a few days. He wasn't there today. That's another thing. But he strained it when Mark Andrews slammed him on the turf. So I don't know. Some people may say, this is soft. I don't think it's soft me saying, I don't know. That just wasn't cool by Mark Andrews. Danny Johnson didn't really do anything to him. Mark Andrews got butthurt, and he just slammed him on the ground. No, really no warning. And that hurt him, and I think he should get punished. The Ravens aren't going to do anything. The league isn't going to do anything because Aaron Donald went crazy last year in the Rams-Cowboys maybe joint practice. Nothing happened, but I don't know. I just don't think you should be allowed to do that without any consequences. It just was absolutely ridiculous, and I hope the Ravens at least talk to him a little bit. And I wish he played in this. Apparently, the Ravens aren't going to really start many starters in the preseason, but it would be really nice if he played because I'm sure someone will pop him right away. I mean, Jamin Davis after the fight happened popped him a little bit, but especially after knowing that one of their guys got hurt, that's just not cool. Especially like Danny Johnson. I mean, I guess at this point, he's probably going to make the roster because, they gave him a decent amount of money. But, let's say he did that to someone like Christian Holmes or, Tariq Castro-Fields who, or Rashad Wagoose. Tariq Castro-Fields maybe doesn't get reps with the ones. But guys that sometimes get reps with the ones, and then you just slam that guy. And those guys are borderline roster guys. They're borderline roster guys. And if you slam that guy and he ends up, maybe slammed him a little bit harder than he actually did, and he's out for a couple weeks, well, that might be the difference between him making the roster or not. And you're messing with guys' livelihoods. I just don't think that's cool. And I don't know. I really wish he played because that just wasn't cool. Other things about training camp today. Nationals were there. Said hi to Davey Martinez. I think Hunter Harvey was there. Didn't see many other guys. And got to see Mason from Twitter. Shout out him. He's been doing some great reporting. And then saw my guy Josh Taylor, who's been blowing up on Twitter. So shout out to him as well. Also has got the YouTube as well. So it's good meeting them and met a couple fans as well. So, hey, that's it for training camp for me. I'm still going to be doing recap videos, but I went to 3, going back to Tech this tomorrow, and yeah, it is what it is, and we got preseason on Monday. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and peace.